dun. I love cheese. Dun, dun.
This is exactly how my first time trying Blender went. Let me show you how in less than 100 hours I went from a scared beginner who can't even navigate the program to someone able to create this. I have to admit that I tried Blender a year before, but with minimal success. For my first ever Blender project, I watched the donut tutorial by Blender Guru.
You might have discovered you need help immediately.
And even though his teaching was really good, I found it overwhelming. There were so many features at once, which really discouraged me. In these videos I will keep it real, I'm not always someone who figures it out the first try. So back then, yeah, I failed.
Congratulations, you're a failure.
A year later, I picked up Blender again. This time I had to learn how to use Blender to carry out a university project, so I had a reason to stick around this time. If you are curious to learn more about how that project went, let me know in the comments below. My biggest challenge in the first hours of learning Blender was definitely the navigation around the program. To counter this issue, I took notes on what each key combination does, since I was getting lost frequently. This way, if I forgot something, I could always save up time by looking up in my notes. With that problem out of the way, I searched videos on YouTube on modeling tutorials and I followed them. I kept count on what tutorials I watched in a private playlist of mine to keep things organized. My first attempt was this barrel, nothing impressive I know, but it's something. My next project was this wine bottle with grapes, which yet again I followed this tutorial. Yeah, you will hear a lot of that in this video. And what? Why am I following tutorials instead of applying what I learned immediately? This is the reason why. I couldn't make a proper hammer by myself, and this really discouraged me. If I had to describe how I felt at this moment, it was like climbing a small hill only to see a giant mountain waiting up ahead. It was uncomfortable, and honestly this is the point where most people give up. They quit because the failures pile up, the wins feel rare, and every mistake makes you feel stupid. But I realized that if I could endure feeling stupid for a while, push through the frustration and keep going, I would eventually overcome the challenges and start improving in Blender. And continue with tutorials. I made this coffee place, this basic bedroom, this bottle with mushrooms, these potions, and then this coffee cup with cookies. You may notice that there are two cups here, and this marks the first time I managed to succeed in creating what I learned from tutorial on my own. What I want you to notice, however, is the fact that I'm spending 1 hour each day learning Blender, and that was considered a win for me. Think about it. When you start something completely new, you feel lost, stupid, uncomfortable. Giving up is very tempting. Despite that feeling, I was consistent. 1 hour a day is not much, I agree. But it's something more than zero. I kept thinking of a quote that gives me strength when I'm attempting something new. Remember, it may seem difficult first, but everything is difficult first. Small wins like this definitely help me keep steady and not give up. Eventually, from 1 hour each day, I collected a few dozen hours in Blender and grew more confident. With that in mind, my journey continued, and next up I made this lovely living room with a TV, and lastly this NES cozy room with many references to my favorite games. Adding small touches like that made me feel like I'm in control, not just following tutorials. I want to play with Blender and also have fun. And around that point I felt ready, I knew it. I learned enough, I can navigate Blender easily, I know the shortcuts, the modifiers, it's time. I took a few pictures of my own bedroom and I got to work. This is it, the final result. Not 100% the same, but similar enough. This was huge for me. From now on, I decided to learn the tools Blender has to offer. First up was the paint mode. So I made those mushrooms. I could also learn keyframe animation next, I thought. Let's make an alarm clock then. Next up was sculpting mode, so I made this thing.
Yo, what's up?
And this thing.
Hell no, man. What the fuck?
And some would get discouraged after 2 failed attempts, but not me. I kept reminding myself how much I accomplished in just a month, so I followed this tutorial about sculpting my head, and it was really difficult, but fun? It was so fun, in fact, that I sculpted this female body, this female head with hair, and I even tried rigging another fun stuff like this cube animation, this squid, and this ocean animation. By the time all these projects were completed, December and more specifically Christmas rolled around the corner, thus marking the 100th hour on Blender. I tried spending at least 1 hour every day on Blender, but some days I spent even more. Steam even counted 20 to 30 hours every 2 weeks on Blender, which was pretty neat. So, if you've been hesitating to start learning something new, take the first step. Your first hours could lead to something amazing too. Personally, after spending those 100 hours, I feel more powerful and capable. I see so many opportunities up ahead. From making something as simple as assets for a future horror game that I'm thinking of making, to seeking a job that requires my skills. Overall, I wanted to stay true to you. I'm not a guy that knows everything, I procrastinate, I fail and I make mistakes. Yet, when I stay consistent, I always achieve my goals. I think this is a lot more inspiring than someone who's perfect. I know that not many people would appreciate me saying how difficult something is or how many times I fail, but if I can inspire at least one person to tackle their fears and start something new, then I will be delighted. And before I go, my name is Billo. I was thinking of starting a YouTube channel for a while now, and my thought process for this channel is to be myself and showcase what I'm working on. So if you like this video and you're interested in seeing more like this, then subscribe, and for the next videos I'm thinking of showcasing more projects on Blender and maybe how my university VR project went. If you're interested in watching, please let me know. I would love to read your opinions on my ideas and of course on this video down in the comments below. Thank you for watching.